Hey everyone, it's me, Ethan here, back again with another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Brickmania's M4 Sherman. Without anything else to do, guys, let's get right into this video. Alright, to start things off, we got the box, which is the newer edition that Brickmania's been running with, at least when it comes to the art. Like I said in my previous video with the E100, I have not bought a Brickmania set since like 2021, so I had the original styling they had for that year. And obviously they have a new look now, which is pretty cool. Got a nice picture of, or I should say render of the tank here, which is really nice. Got some more just basic information, Brickmania. On the back side here, have where we can stand up the box on its one side, and here we got a picture of the tank again, picture of the crew, or the minifig that comes with this set, the skill level of it, how many pieces it comes with, and again, just more title of the kit, which is pretty cool. And then we also have the kit number as well as the number, which this one is the 272nd one that Brickmania has produced, because again, this is the 2024 edition of the Sherman. So that wraps up the box. Get that out of the way here, and the next thing we have is the minifig. As you can see, Brickmania has done a fantastic job on the custom printing of this figure, where it has 360 printing all the way around on the legs, on the arms, and obviously on the back and front of the torso, which is pretty cool. Got a standard tank jacket, as well as a holster for his pistol, and his rank, which is Sergeant, since he is the tank commander, as well as a nice 3D printed tank cap, which is pretty cool, which has some goggles, and there's also other variants that are offered by Brickmania, which one of them is being without the goggles, which is pretty cool. And that wraps up the tank commander. Now, let's get to the main part here, which is the tank. All right, so now here is the tank, guys. Here is the M4 Sherman, which, from my understanding from the videos I've watched, this is supposed to be a late model version. So I think around 1944 is at least what this Sherman's based off of. First thing first here, as you can see, we got a nice side profile of the tank, as well as got our first couple of printed pieces that come with this kit. Since this is one that Brickmania came out with, since a lot of people asked to have the printed pieces included, which is pretty cool. So as you can see here, we have star, we have the little hatch to throw out spent shells, we got the tank's number here, which is pretty cool. And then we also have, coming to the front here, we got another printed piece, which is the couple printed pieces, I should say, which is of the white star. And same thing can be said here on the other side. Oh, and I should mention on the bogies here, we also have some printed pieces right here, here, and then obviously for the drive sprocket, which is pretty cool, as well as for the bogie wheels themselves. They are black round plates. And then Brickmania has been kind here, and they actually printed the dark bluish gray onto the wheels here to act as pretty much just a solid metal, which is pretty cool. Now for the features we have on here, we have 3 opening hatches, one for the tank driver, one for the coaxial machine gunner, and then one for the tank commander, which is pretty cool. And this just opens up like the classic hatches that we've seen on previous Brickmania Shermans. And then for the armament, we have got a coaxial brick arms machine gun down here for a 30 cal. We have a bendable tube that acts as the 30 cal that's on the gun mantlet, as well as we have a nice look here for the 75mm main cannon, which is pretty cool. Utilizes those new Lego pieces that have come out in recent times. And then we have another 30 cal Browning, as well as the legendary 50 cal Browning that's on top, which is pretty cool. And then the other thing too, for play features, the turret does spin a total of 360 degrees. Now we can shut the hatches here and come to the back. As you can see, we have nice angling here for the sides, which is really, really cool. And also on the back here, you can see we got some nice details going on. We have what I believe are filters or something for the exhaust. And then we also have a engine access hatch, which is in the back. That's just as simple to access as you can see here. You can just push one of the doors in, and then you can open up the one here, and then you can open up both, which is pretty cool. Tracks do move on this. Sadly, my desk here is not the best for showing this, but as you can see, just putting on my hand here, it moves very nicely, which I really like because at least the previous models I've had, I've always had issues with the tracks at least moving, and that again are being like the earlier versions of like the 2018 Sherman and then I believe the 2021 Sherman. Again, they did move, but not as nicely as this one. This one really moves. So the Brickmania team did a fantastic job on doing that. Again, I think they did a fantastic job on just capturing the likeness of this tank completely. Just looks really, really cool. And I know they're supposedly coming out with more Shermans in the future, so definitely let me know, guys, if you want me to review those. But with that being said, that pretty much wraps up this quick review of the Brickmania 2024 M4 Sherman. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If so, please leave a like on the video, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. With that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one.